All right, we are going to do part B of this question. So, I'll zoom in a little bit. We have a frozen vegan apple pie, and it is placed in an oven that's set to 375 degrees. That's going to be our ambient temperature. So it'll be A. The apple pie is initially 30 degrees. So that's going to be T of 0. I'll start writing this. So A is equal to 375. And then T of 0, that would be the temperature at time 0, is equal to 30 degrees. And then let's see, after 10 minutes, it rises up to 45 degrees. So that would mean T of 10 is equal to 45 degrees. And then we want to know how long until the temperature is 180. So the question they're asking is T of what is equal to 180 degrees. All right, so let's jump in and do this. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in what I know. I know T of T is equal to 375 plus C times e to the kt. So from here, I need to solve for my C value. So what I'm going to do is I got to choose which one of these to use. Do I use the T of 0 or do I use the T of 10? It turns out that using the T of 0 is easier because if I plug in T equals 0, then that multiplies the K by 0, and then that variable's gone. So I can then go and solve for C. So we definitely want to go and do this one first. So 30 degrees is equal to 375 plus C times e to the 0 times k just gives me 0. And notice that just gives me 1, so it's gone. So I can subtract 375 from both sides and get that C is equal to 30 minus 375, which gives me negative 345. So from there, I'm going to go, and I got T of T is equal to, all right, ambient, I'm going to take this right here, so I get 375. But then I know my C value here is negative 345. So I'm going to write minus 345 times e to the kt. And now I'll scroll down a little bit. At this point, so I've used this, cross that out, I've used that. The next thing I'm going to use is this one right here. So I know that T of 10 is equal to 45. So let me switch back to my blue. So scroll down. All right, so what I'm going to do is let 45 be on the left side equals 345 375 minus 345 times e to the k times, what's the t value? It's 10. So from here, I'll work through this one. I will come over here. What I'm going to do is subtract 375 from both sides. That gives me 45 minus 375 gives me negative 330. Sure, I'll write it out. Equals negative 345 e to the k times 10. And then from there, I got to divide by negative 345. So if I divide by negative 345 on both sides and simplify, I end up getting 22 divided by 23. That's 330 over 345, simplified as a fraction, is equal to e to the 10k. Here I take the natural log of both sides, so I get ln of 22 over 23 is equal to 10k. And the last step is divide by 10. So I get k is equal to ln of 22 over 23 divided by 10. If you type that into your calculator, you should get a decimal that is something like negative 0. There's 2 zeros, and then 4. If I round it here, I get a 5 there. What my suggestion here for you to do is to store it into your calculator. For this case, I like to store it as k. and then reuse that anytime it comes up. So what does that give me? That gives me my function is t of t is equal to 375 minus 345 e to the negative 0.00445t. All right, so that's my equation. Now, if I zoom out a little bit, we'll see all these things that we're looking for. I want to know t of what is 180. So what we're going to do is this 180 is going to show up right there. So I get 180 equals 375 minus 345 e to the negative 0.00445t. Now I just got to solve for my time. So I'll zoom in a little bit here. Actually, I'll go like this. What I'm going to do is do all of this at once, right? I'm going to do all the algebra step by step, sort of in my head, but mostly out loud. So what are we going to do? We are going to do 180. We're going to subtract 375. All right, so I've gotten rid of this piece. The next step is going to be to divide by negative 345. Then I'm at my e to the. It's the same structure as what we just did right here. Okay, this fraction would be the same as this piece. I got that e to the right there. What's the opposite of e to the? It's ln there. And then my next step is going to be to divide by this coefficient. So divided by negative 0.00445. This is what t is equal to. That's the time it'll take to get 180 degrees. So if you type that in your calculator, and again, store this as k. So what I'm going to type into my calculator is all of this, and then I'm going to divide it by alpha k using some of the operations. I like the TI, 84 plus. But I'm sure you can do it without a calculator. We're going to store that value. So we, if you type that in, without losing accuracy on our decimals, we get 128.351. What are our units? Minutes. Now, all right, usually in math, we like to carry these decimals. I like to typically go to 3 decimals. This, if you're talking about reality, how long is it going to be? This is about an hour, or sorry, this is about 120 minutes would be 2 hours and 8 minutes. And that's how much time it takes to have that tasty frozen vegan apple pie turn into that frozen vegan apple pie turn into a tasty, yummy apple pie. Yay!